So quick sort and merge sort, both of them,
So in all the sortings, which is the most efficient one to use?
these two,
Like
quick and merge.
quick when
Because I think we
both
learned na,
are
insertion, bubble, and the last one. What was the last one? Selection.
selection.
All of them we are
So
taking O in a square.
okay, okay. And square for remaining all this. What is the complexity for quick sort and merge sort?
Sorry, this Alexa is again disturbing. Okay, can you please tell me again?
What is the complexity for quick sort and merge sort then?
Okay, so complexity of quick sort is that the best and average scenario for quick sort is O n log n.
Okay, okay.
But the worst case is n square.
Oh, worst case is n square. Okay.
Yeah. And for merge sort, it's always n log n.
Okay. So then always we have to go with merge sort, right?
Yeah, you can always use merge sort, but yeah, you can it depends upon the situation. Because I will tell you why quick sort I mean why quick sort is better in some cases. Because if you will learn about merge sort it's n log n, but it takes extra O n space. In similar to insertion sort, you remember insertion sort was O n square in time, right? But time it was just taking O n extra space, right?
Yeah.
But bubble and
Okay.
selection sort, they were also O n square in terms of time, but they were not using extra space.
Uh-huh.
So what we do is that, but in the merge, so look, what happens that in the quick sort, it's n log n in average case, best case, and n square in worst case, and zero space extra. I mean no extra. I mean O1 extra space, no O n extra space, right?
Okay.
For
Quick
quick
sort,
sort,
no.
extra
Okay.
space.
It's good for okay. Space complexity. Quick
Yes.
sort.
And
So
merge
merge
sort,
sort it is
it's
not
yeah.
okay.
Tell me. So
Merge sort is only good for efficiency, not space complexity, right?
yeah, it's n log n and O n extra space. So what people always do is that if you know, because quick sort has a very well-defined worst scenario. So if you know
Uh-huh.
that there is not going to be a worst case scenario, right?
Uh-huh.
You know that
Okay.
this worst case is not gonna come to us, okay?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Then we always use quick sort
Okay.
because it's n log n with one extra space, and merge sort is n
Mhm.
log n with O n extra space. And what is the worst case for quick sort? So the worst case for quick sort is very easily defined. That is when the array is sorted or the array is reverse sorted, then only quick sort takes O n square time.
Okay.
We are cool here.
Okay.
We have to use quick sort and we have to use merge sort.
Uh-huh.
And why
Okay.
quick sort is better than merge sort in some case, and why merge sort is better than quick sort in some case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So then we come. So do both this quick sort and merge sort. What they do is that they have one thing in common, and that one thing is called divide and conquer. They don't do
Okay.
things in a very classical fashion. What they do is that they keep on dividing your things, and then they do the operation on the lowest level. So that's
Okay.
how quick sort work. So we can understand this with one example. Let's understand this in this way. Okay, how the quick sort happens. So there are some terms for quick sort. Let me tell you about those terms also. We can use, I think, same example for here also. 10 to 11,085, right? 10 to 11,085, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's right 10 10 to 11,085. So there is a very common. So here we choose something called pivot, right? So there are three ways you can choose the pivot for your best performance, or it depends upon you, right? Either you can choose
Okay.
first element as the pivot, or you can choose the last element as pivot, or you can choose the middle element as the pivot. But you have to choose a pivot, right?
Okay. Okay.
Let's suppose we
Okay.
choose 5 as the pivot. Okay, last element.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
Then what we will do is that we will we don't do anything very advanced. What we do is that we will just find out what is the best position for 5. And what do we
Mm-hmm.
mean by best position for 5? So by best position for 5, we mean to say that all the numbers are smaller than 5. should be at its left side, and all the number more greater than 5 should be at its right side. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we good?
Okay, tell me again. More
So
numbers.
what we do is that first of all we choose a pivot. That's clear to you. Pivot can be first number, last number, or you can choose median number. Okay. Then we try to fix the proper position for 5. And in a sorted array, what can be the proper position for 5?
I mean,
all the numbers are smaller than 5 should be at its left side, and all the number more than 5 should be at its right side.
Right.
Awesome. So in the first scenario, what will happen? Things can happen like this. 2 will come here, okay. 5 0 will come here, okay. 5 will come here, okay. Right now. And what can happen is that 10 can come here, 11 can come here, and 8 can come here, right? I'm just starting a example. I will tell you in using code how these things will happen, right? And just remember one thing: in this iteration, we are not doing everything in place. No, we're just fixing the place for 5. It means it doesn't mean that you will do 0 and 2. No, 2 and 0 can come like this. That's why I've written in this way. That it may happen that on the left side things will not be sorted, and on the right side also things will not be sorted. Right? Are we good? But I mean to say that we have to bring 5 at the proper location. It doesn't mean that all the things in the left side of the 5 should be sorted. No. If you just look at the left side of 5, it's 2 and 0. Each 2 and 0 in a sorted order.
How? Okay. So the 2 came, so how did 10 came on the other side?
So yeah, I will tell you how to do, but I'm just give you in a pictorial way. Then I will tell you how to do that.
Okay. So it has chosen 5 and but okay. So whatever the less elements will be on the left and the larger elements on the right.
Exactly.
But they are not sorted.
They need not be sorted. Yeah, they need not be sorted. You don't have to focus on the sorting that. We are good till here.
Okay.
We are good till here, right?
Okay.
Awesome. And then what we'll do is that, then what we can do is that we will divide this array into 2 parts based on the 5. So now we have a position for this particular pivot. Then we will do the same thing for the left side of pivot, and then we will do the same thing for the right side of the pivot. Cool?
Okay.
It means we will do the same thing from here. So now we have a small array here, right? There we have 2 and 0, right? And then we have something at the right side of the array. So we have 2 different sub-arrays here, right? Cool or not?
Okay.
Right? And since we have chosen the logic of choosing the last element as the pivot element, so here we will bring this 0 at its proper location. So what will happen here? And just to note one thing, we are still doing everything in the same array. Even though you will see at a smaller set, we are not creating a new array out of it. We will just do the positioning like beginning and last so that we can figure out that sub array, right? It means we are not creating a new array out of this 2 and 0. No, we are using the same array, but we are restricting the positions of array so that we will always get a view of this part, right? And not all the complete part. And it's very easy. If the array has size like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so in the beginning like 0 to 5 position, and after this we will like 0 to first position. If we read array like this, then we will only get this view of array, right?
Okay.
And then since 5 is at second position, we will again create a new subset from 3 to 5. So it's the same array, but we are able to create 2 views of that. One is 0 to 1 and then 3 to 5, right?
Yeah.
So now we will do the same thing. We will bring this 0 at its proper location. So what will happen? It will become 0 and 2.
2, yeah.
It will be sorted. And what will happen if we will bring it at its proper position? What will happen? It will become 8, 11, and 10, right? We are just swapping 10, right?
Okay. What sorting it is using here?
We are not sorting anything. We are just doing this swap, and I will tell you how to do that swap. Okay.
Okay.
But we are good here, right? Our purpose is resolved.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
But now after again we will divide something like this. So 8 has come here, so there's nothing on the left side of it, right?
Yeah.
But there's still something on the right side of the array. So one more loop will go from for 11 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
This is a small loop. And what will happen? And what will happen? And what will happen here? This 10 is out of place. We will pick this. You can see this here, na? It's
Yeah, yeah.
11 and 10, and 10 is at the wrong position. We will do the
Yeah.
sorting for 10. So will it become? It will
10
become
and 11.
10 and 11. And if we just look at the whole tree in the beginning, is it sorted, right? 0, 2, 5, 8, 10, 11. It's sorted array.
Okay.
Right? At the end, what we will get? Just look at the positioning.
Yeah. 0, 2, 5,
It will what?
8,
In the beginning,
and
it will like, first of all, 0 from here,
yeah.
2 from
Mm-hmm.
here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then 5 being the center, and here 8. 8, and from this a small sub array 10 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and since we are dividing everything using pivot, and we are always saying that okay, pivot is coming around like in the middle, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at this, if you will look at this example, pivot is coming what? Pivot is coming in the middle,
Okay.
and then we have
Yeah.
a small part at the left, at the right. So it eventually will become what? N log n, right? Because every time
Yeah.
we are dividing, we are cutting from the middle or around the middle, right?
Yeah.
We are good now or not?
Yeah. So here, when the array is three elements, like the last one, 8, 11, 10.
Yeah.
Why here it has chosen? Do we need to choose any pivot here, or just
Because na,
swapping?
no, because na, I told you na, because every time we have in the beginning we took a call, right? That we will choose the last element as the pivot. That's why we chose it na. Here also we chose
So
0 na.
here, how did it? Okay, divided 11 and 10 as an array. Like
Because 8
if,
is at its best position, right? So we will again
yeah,
create
I
a
mean,
small array on the left side of the 8.
is 8 is a pivot here?
8 was pivot here, right? Because we are choosing last element as a pivot. Everywhere
Okay.
here we chose 5 as a pivot, here we chose 0 as a pivot, and here we chose 8 as a pivot, right? Because it's the last element of the array.
Okay.
We are cool here.
Okay.
And since we posted it at its proper location, and there's nothing at the left side of the array, this will become a small subarray, right?
Okay.
And in the small subarray again, we chose 10 at the pivot, right? Because it's the last element, and we adjusted 10 at its proper location.
Okay.
Now you're getting everything, or do you have any doubt? How to do the
No, no, no.
swapping? We will come later. But do you understand? Did you understand this thing or not?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So here, if you just understand, 5 is a pivot, and 5 has come to the center. We are dividing the array into 2 parts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then we are again dividing half and half. So what is happening? This completely will eventually become what? N log n, right?
And login. Yeah.
Because we are dividing for the log n times, right? The division
Yes.
is being done for log n times, and in the each division we are doing O(n) operation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we are choosing a pivot, and pivot is coming out in the middle, and every time the pivot suppose is coming out to be in the middle, then how many times we are doing the divide? We are doing the divide for log n times. How many times? Log n times, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So now let's think about the worst case scenario. I told you there is a worst case scenario also, right?
Yes.
So let's suppose I told you if array is sorted. Let's think what will happen if the array is sorted.
If the array is sorted,
Let's think like this. If the array is
okay.
sorted, okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Array sorted, right?
Uh-huh.
Then if we choose 6 as a pivot, right? After the first step, what will be the position of 6? This only, right?
So yeah.
There's no, it will not change. So if this is the position of the array, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
then we will how many parts will, after properly having 6 at its proper position, how many parts we will create? We will be only be creating one part, right? Because at the right side of 6 there's nothing, right? So after this, what
Yeah.
will happen? We will create a this part, right? 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, and 5. And the right side, nothing will be right. There's no part left, right?
Okay. Okay.
Then again we choose a pivot, which is 5 again, right?
Yeah.
And we will put the 5 at its proper location. So what is the proper location for 5?
Yeah, the same one.
It means after this again, what we'll do? We will create one more partition, which is only the left side, right?
Yeah, until 4.
And what for 4 also?
Yeah, the same.
It means if we are having a sorted array, how many partitions we are creating? We are creating n partitions,
N partitions.
right?
Yeah.
Here we had an edge, right? Here we had an edge, right? The edge was that we were dividing the array into two parts, one part this, one part this,
Okay.
right now?
Uh-huh.
And then we were doing operations for these two parts separately. That's what
Okay.
we were creating log n partitions, but here we are creating actually n partitions, right? Because there is nothing going on the right side of this,
Mm-hmm.
everything at the left side. So we will end up creating how many partitions? N partitions, right?
Yeah.
N partitions and n operations for one partition.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's how it's becoming n square. And same goes for reverse sorted. Let's talk about reverse sorted array.
Mm-hmm.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what will happen? We will just after this, suppose this is our pivot, right? This is our
Okay.
pivot.
Uh-huh.
So what will happen? Things that will happen is that one will go to its right position, right? And
Yeah.
everything else will go to the right of the one.
Yes, okay.
And
So
we don't
for
care about the
both of
ordering.
the
Yeah, tell
for
me.
both worst case scenario and average case scenario, the code is same.
No, yeah, code is same, but number of partitions is changing, right? In average case
Okay.
scenario, we are creating log n partitions, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know what is the what is a partition. Partition is like after
Yeah, I got
after
it. Yeah.
after
Yeah, yeah.
putting pivot at its right position, we are dividing the array into two parts. One part is the
Okay,
left side of
okay.
the array, one part is the right side of the array, right?
Yeah, yeah, got it,
So
got it.
if this pivot is going to a middle position, something like that, then we are dividing. We are actually doing a divide, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But if it's not going to if it's not going in the middle, if it's going to the corner, then we are actually creating only one pivot. We're not creating two pivots.
Yeah, yeah.
And if we only create one pivot, it means we are sure to create n pivots at the end. Sorry, not pivots,
Uh-huh.
partitions. My bad. N partitions, right?
Oh,
And for a single
okay.
partition, we are doing O(n) operation.
Got it, got it.
So
Yeah.
the logic is same, but time comes it is changing. How? Because the number of partitions getting created in these two cases. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you got the point that why quick sort has O(n) square complexity in worst case, and what is the worst case? We got that.
Yeah, yeah.
Worst case is when the array is sorted or array is reverse sorted, and because in both the cases we will be only creating one partition after placing pivot at its proper location.
Okay.
Awesome. We are good.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's think about how to work inside a partition, right?
Okay.
That was the important thing. So let's talk about this case only, right? What was there? Do you remember the content of the array? 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like 10, right? 10, 2. Okay, we can create here. So it's like 10, 2, 11, 0, 8 and 5. Okay,
Okay.
so what we do, we choose 5 as a pivot, right? Let's understand for one case, then we will understand for all the cases, right?
Okay.
We choose 5 as a pivot. We are good.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, we will say what is the value at the pivot. So pivot is a of what?
A of
0,
4,
1,
5,
2, 3, 4 and 5.
5.
So we have a of 5 as the pivot.
Okay.
Cool. Then
Uh-huh.
what we'll do is we are looking for this set of array. So we will define something called low. So low will be 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just write here for spacing, right? Low is 0, okay? And
Okay.
high is till pivot. So what is the value of high?
Uh, A of 0.
No, we are talking about position, na? So look, we
Position.
are traversing for the
2.
whole array, right? So high is last
2,
value,
2.
na? 5, na? Not 2,
Oh,
5, na?
yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
for
okay.
the first time, we have to create a partition, and we have chosen last value as a pivot. So what a space we will look for? We will look for the whole space, na? Right?
What is low?
Low is beginning of the array, and last element
Okay.
is the high, because we are looking at the, because at the beginning the whole array
Okay.
is a single partition.
Okay, okay.
So our space is what? What is our space of work? I told you na that here. I told you na that if once we started dividing our array, this become our workspace, right? And
Okay.
not the whole array. But in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
whole array was our workspace. So to limit our
Okay.
workspace, we always define low and high. So for
Hi.
the in the beginning, both is 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So what we will do is that we will always compare. We will start with the low. We run a loop. We call that I equal to. We will run a loop. Equal to low. So what we will do is we will run a loop, right? We will run a loop from I equal to low
Okay.
to h. We will
Okay.
run a loop. Cool.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Awesome. And then we will
Mm-hmm.
again take a second pointer. We will use two pointer theory here, okay? We will take one more
Mm-hmm.
pointer. Cool. And in the beginning, we will initialize this second pointer with low minus 1. I mean, in the beginning, we are looking for the most left side of the low. In the beginning, what will be the value of j?
0.
Minus 1, na? Low minus 1. What is the value of low?
0.
So what is the value of j in the beginning?
0 minus 1.
It means
Then
minus 1.
minus 1. Yeah.
It means we are looking at the lowest side, right? And then we are traversing from 0 to high.
Okay.
And what is
Okay.
our goal here? Our goal here is to, what is the goal of partitioning? The goal of partitioning is to put all the numbers which are right side, which are more than 5 to the right side of 5, and all the numbers
Okay.
which are left side, which are lower than 5 to the left side of the 5. Cool.
Okay. Okay.
So what we will do? We will run a loop inside this I, and we will compare each if a of I
Mm-hmm.
is greater
Okay.
than pivot or not.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Okay.
If a of I is less than 5, then we don't do anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
You are with me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
yeah.
if a of I is more than 5, we do a operation,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Cool. So what we will do is that in the beginning, what we will do is that we will say, okay, sorry, 1 minute. Let me drink some water. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, right? So this j that we have created, hello,
Yeah. Go
so
ahead.
this j is to keep the track of the lower value. Okay, so what we will do here, so since we know if something is smaller, that should be coming to the left side, right? Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And if something is coming, something is larger, that will go to the right side. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's understand like this. If something is lower than 5, right,
Uh-huh.
and our 5 is the pivot, and 5, we know that 5 is the last position, right?
Yeah.
So if something is lower than 5, we don't need to do anything at all, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
it's already at the left side.
Yeah.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
Or you can say, if some is, or we can say, we can think it in this way. If something is more than 5, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and if something is larger than before that, we have to bring that on the right side. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so our purpose is to bring everything as left as possible. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in the beginning we will start with 10. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so in the beginning we have 10, and 10 is more than 5, and there's nothing at all, so we don't do anything at all, right, in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and
Uh-huh.
then we go to the next position, which is 2. Now
Okay.
let's see, we have 2, and 2 is lesser than 5,
Uh-huh.
so this 2 should come on the left side, right?
Uh, yeah.
So what we can do, we will increment this j, we will just, this j is to keep the track of the lesser number of 5, right? Or you can
Okay.
say this j is used to keep the track of where to switch with 5.
Okay.
So in the beginning, j is minus 1. So after first iteration, let's talk about first iteration. J is still minus 1, right? Because 10 is more than 5, so we don't do anything at all, right? In the second iteration, what will happen? We will get 2, because I will increase, I is going from 0 to h, sorry, L to h, right? So
Mm.
now I is coming out to be this location, and this is lesser than 5. So what we can do is that we will bring this 2 to the left side. Cool, right
Okay.
now? So we will bring this 2 to the left side. And how we'll bring this 2 to the left side? Let's see how we'll bring. We will increment this j. So now this j will become what? 0, right? J was minus 1,
Okay.
j will become 0. And then we will do a swap of aj and ai. So we will swap this 2. So what we will do after swapping, what will happen? 2, 10, 11, 0, 8, 5. We are good till here.
Yeah.
Now what is the position of j? Position of j is 0,
0.
and position of
Okay.
I is 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now we will increase the value of I, because we are running into a loop now. Cool.
Okay. Okay.
Now we will increase the value of this I, so I will go here. This value is more than 5, we don't do anything at all.
Okay.
We are good here.
Yeah.
Then we
Okay.
will increase I, then I will go to where? 0.
Uh-huh.
0 is lesser than 5.
Yeah.
We will do a swap of I, and then again what we'll do? The third, I mean, we can say, right? In the third, j just still 0, right? Cool. So in the
Mm-hmm.
fourth, we have to do a switch. So how will do the switch? J will be incremented. So j will become what? 1. Cool.
Okay.
And then we
Okay.
will a swap of a of j and a of I. So what is j of j? 10. And what is j of I? 0.
0.
We are good now, you are getting my point. So what will happen? It will become like 2, 0, 11, 10, 8, 5. Right? And the value of j is 1. Hello?
Okay.
We are good till here. So now the value of j is 1. And value of I is here, right? It was at 0, now value
Okay.
of j I is here. We will increase I. Hello? We will increase I,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I will be
Yeah.
incremented. So when I will be incremented, what will happen is that I will come here. And this value is more than 5, so we don't do anything at all. Cool?
Okay. Okay.
We have finished the loop. After finishing the loop, what we will do is that we will look at the position of j and we will increase the j by 1. So what will become the value of j? 2, right?
Okay.
And then we will swap pivot with j. So when we will swap the pivot with j, what will happen? Where was j?
2,
J was here, right?
0. Yeah.
So 2, 0, 5, 10, 8, and
11.
11. Did we achieve our goal?
Okay. Yeah.
Now everything on the left side is more than 5. Everything on the right side is more than 5. We achieved our goal.
Mm-hmm.
Did you understand how did we achieve our goal? We have a very simple task. If something is lesser than our pivot, bring it to the left. And in order to keep the track of the left, we have used j.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
And then we will again divide this left wala part into two parts. This in two parts, and we will do the same operation for these two sets.
Okay.
And this will happen recursively.
Okay.
So are we good with the logic? Now you understood that how we are doing this swapping wala part.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So can you write this code, or do you want me to write? I mean, how do you want? Can you please give a try to write the code? I mean, don't be shy. I mean, don't be shy. I'm not like a teacher that it's not like a student teacher relationship. I can help you, or if you want, I can write and you can learn whatever you want. It's okay.
Yeah,
Both
you
are
can write. I think so.
okay. So first of all, so we will write. So we have around two things, right? One is very small thing, which we call quick sort, right? Or we can say sort, right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
We will define low and high in the beginning. Everything will be 0 and less. We will be calling, will be using 0 and that, right?
Okay.
And then
0
we will
and yeah.
the last position.
Highest. Okay, last position.
And then we will create something called partition, right?
Okay.
And partition will have array, it will have low, it will have high, and it will have pivot location.
Okay.
We are good here.
Okay.
So we have these two methods. Cool.
Oh. Okay.
Or also, if we are sure, if we are choosing the highest position to be the pivot location, we don't need this value, right? If you're defining some other value as pivot, then we need pivot location. But if we are saying that, okay, higher value will always be going to be our pivot, then we don't need a pivot.
Okay.
We are good here.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, if the pivot is predefined, why do we need to pass it as argument? We say, okay, array of high is always going to be this one, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So now in the pivot, let's first do the work for pivot. What we will do for the first let's do the part of partitioning. So how will we do the partitioning? So first of all, we will define pivot, right?
Okay.
And what is pivot here?
Last element.
Which is h. Cool.
H. Okay. Okay.
And then we will define our marker. Marker is what? Low minus 1, right?
Low minus 1. Okay.
That j. Okay, let me say j. That will be easy. J was our marker, na, right?
Okay. Low
and then we will
1,
create
okay.
a loop for I equal to low. I is less than h, because if h is our pivot, we don't need to look at h, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are cool here. And if we say, okay, if array of I is less than pivot, okay, cool. Then what we'll do? We will do plus j. We will increase our marker. We will do int temp equal to array of I, array of I equal to array of j, array of j equal to cool, right? Right?
int I equal to low and I less than highest element plus I, okay, and array of I is less than pivot. Pivot
Yeah.
is highest element
Not highest element.
and
What is the last element? 5. You can write
okay,
that example in the copy so that you can always run this code
okay,
on that example that we have just used.
yeah,
Cool.
okay, yeah,
And now after returning, what we'll do after finishing this loop, what we'll have? We will have some j which will be having that where we will have something at j to swap, right? So we will increase this j and we will do a swap again, right? Let me write in the same line, okay, to save so that you can see, right? So we will see,
yeah,
okay, we will swap. How we will swap? Array of h, right, equal to array of j and array of, sorry, and array of j will be equal to pivot. And then what we'll do? We will return this pivot location so that we can do a divide after that, right?
okay,
So now we will come to this point. Cool. By
okay,
coming to this point, I mean that we will fill up this part also. Na? We will have to complete this code. Na? We have done the partitioning because partitioning is the most important part of quicksort, because once we know the partitioning, we don't have anything left to do.
okay,
Cool. So now what
okay,
we'll do is that we will get pivot by calling partition. Okay. We have array, we have low, and we have high. Cool. And then we know this is our pivot location. So we will call this method sort by quick sort 2 times, right?
okay,
One will be what? Load to this pivot location -1,
okay,
and what we're doing? We are running a quick sort on the left side of the pivot. We have fixed the position of pivot, and then we are running a quick sort on the left side wala portion, right?
okay.
And then we will do similar thing on the what, right side. How to go to the right side?
Array and pivot location plus one.
+1. Okay. To h.
And, H.
We are done.
Okay.
Do you have any doubt here?
No.
You don't understand all the logic?
Yeah.
It's very easy. You know partitioning, how we are doing, why we are doing all these things that we did at the end, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So you understood quick sort, you understood how to define pivot, and then we understood. So people do one more thing. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
So what happens is that in order to make sure that when this quick sort always performs in a best way, what they do is that they choose the median element as the pivot. You know median, right? You know median.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about indexing. Suppose we have suppose in the array, right? In the array, let's talk about this array. We have 10 to 11, 0, 8, 5. So rather than choosing the first element or fifth element or last element as a pivot, they choose median element. So if out of this, I think median will be 5 only, right? Or 8. I
Okay.
think 5 will become median, right? So they choose median element. Do you know what is the benefit of choosing median element? The benefit of choosing median element is that it always divides the array into two parts.
Okay.
It will not be like this. It will not be like this, that
Okay.
there will only be a single part, right?
Okay.
If you choose a median element, then that will always divide your array into two parts.
Okay.
So people always try to choose median element. But yeah, that's some small details. But yeah, so you got the point, and you know how it takes. Look, partition will take O(n) time, right?
Yeah.
This partition will take, because we are running a loop from low to high, and in the worst case, low to high will cover the whole array.
Okay.
So it's O of n, and this dividing wala part is log n, and in worst case, this dividing wala part will again become O(n). So that's all we are doing. So we are good here.
Okay.
Do you have any
Yeah.
question? And feel free to ask. Otherwise, it will look like that. It will look like that I am running a class and you are just listening. So shouldn't be like that, na? So
Yeah, maybe I need to practice this again. I mean, I need to run the code and see.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's correct. I have only I have written the algorithm, but it will be better if you just write the whole code and give an actual array to sort.
mhm.
Need to notice one thing here: we are not using any extra array, right?
Okay.
So there is a terms for this. When we do things like this, we call it as in-place sorting. What sorting? In place. So as quicksort is a sorting algorithm to do in-place sorting. What do you mean by in-place sorting? So we are sorting in the same array. We're not using any extra array for sorting.
Okay.
The term is called in-place. Let me just write. Right? Awesome. And here shown that why we are doing that, why we are saying that it's a divide and conquer, because what we are doing, we are choosing a pivot and then we are dividing that array, and after dividing, we are conquering the task of sorting. Cool.
Okay.
We are good. We are good here.